This is Viewer Takeover, where we film every single Monday night, and then we bring it to YouTube Tuesday afternoon. I don't know, like whenever that I feel like doing it. Yeah, it's Viewer Takeover, where we answer your questions, your comments, all the above stuff. Make sure you hit us up on patreon.com/withoutparole.
Wagos.
That's not right.
Games.
That can't be right. That doesn't sound right. If you type in Wagos,
I
I don't
think
think...
that's fires. Isn't that fires? Several fires.
I don't know.
I don't know my Spanish anymore.
It's quite all right. My name is Brian Paul from Without Parole. To my far left is AJ from PSVR Underground and Without Parole, and of course we got Dave from Dave Station VR in the middle.
How's it going, folks?
Dave Station.
A bunch of people want to thank real quick right off the bat. We want to make sure we thank Still Time, right, or the Game Cat, for that awesome Viewer Takeover introduction straight out of Minecraft. I think that's our first Minecraft intro.
It was nice.
Probably so.
He's kind of our youngest. Like
He is, yeah.
He was just this young little kitten on the street, and we decided to take him in, and we're gonna raise him to be a big, strong cat one day.
That sounded way more R. Kelly than it was supposed to.
Yeah, no, it did. It did, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Our little caca guy.
Caca. Oh my god.
Caca.
If you and just
It's a magic word.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, please join our Discord.
Join the Discord, yep.
Discord, link in the description. That's where the conversation happens 24/7. Actually, totally 24/7. So like 4 a.m. if people talking about, I don't know, Aspire 1 or something.
Honestly, that's when Brian's posting the most. He's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah, totally.
Always in there. So keep an eye out. Late night folks. Late owls.
Also, don't forget to sign up for our Game Cat Meetup. It's the first official meetup happening this October 19th at Six Flags New England. Everyone is invited. Come one, come all. You got to pay your own way, but man, we're going to be very happy to hang out with all of you once you get there. It's going to be amazing.
Don't be shy, and if you haven't done it yet, don't worry. I just signed up for it like yesterday.
I still
honestly,
haven't signed up
we got to
for it.
figure out our plane tickets, AJ. We were going to do that Saturday night, and it's not Saturday
Let's
night
do it right
anymore,
now.
is it?
Yeah, wait,
Not right now
live
on the
air.
stream. No.
Anyway, but the point of the show, of course, let's thank some more people real quick here. So the other people we want to thank, obviously, besides Still Time the Game Cat, who sent A, that awesome introduction, but B, set a precedent that everyone should follow by sending your introductions, your Viewer Takeover introductions, to withoutparole@gmail.com. Patreon supporters. These are the people we need to thank right now, here.
All of them?
The bottom of
By
the
name?
screen. Yes,
I
by
wish I
name.
could see their names. I wish I could see their names.
Okay.
Madman in Black, the Game Cat.
He's always one of the first right there. So good stuff. Thank you guys. Everyone who went to patreon.com/withoutparole.
Games.
Thank you.
Games.
Not only do they get their illustrious name on this illustrious list, but they also get an episode of the Litter Box almost every single week. Now that Dez is gone, my heart is broke. But Jeremy has filled that spot in my heart.
He's with the PSVR Angels now.
We need to get the South out of AJ as soon as possible. Bad things are happening in Atlanta. So Jeremy is my new co-host for the Litter Box, and that, you know what that means. It's off-topic central week after week.
Jeremy's got so many stories.
Dude.
I feel like Jeremy has more stories than any person I've ever
No, actually,
to in
Des
my
makes a
life,
great
like-
point in that he has a great history of video game knowledge. So I love that. I think that's one of the first connections I had with you guys was like, oh, they're talking about PS1 games or SNES games or NES games, And it wasn't just the PSVR talk. It was like all the old school retro referencing that I love.
Oh yeah, and I saw in that latest Des vid where it was like top 20 Des games. You guys had that flashback to like back in the good old days, and I was like, "What am I looking at? This is crazy."
Some awful green screening.
Make sure everybody and everyone go watch the Dez's top 20 list when you get a chance.
It's good, yeah. It's a lot shorter than our top 20 discussion. So by about
like
7
6
times,
hours.
by 7 times, yeah.
But we also want to thank the people who changed their name to Game Cat this week. Of course, Game Cats are the loyal following of Without Parole. So if you change your name on YouTube or Google so that it reflects in the comments, your new name should be something to Game Cat. Please let us know by putting hashtag Game Cat in the comments. AJ, who changed their name? Or get creative with it. Yeah, we're not telling you what to do. We're just telling you to change your fucking name.
Be yourself.
AJ, who's changed your name to Game Cat this week?
Oh, we have 3 lovely newest little kittens. We want to welcome the new fluffiest of the fluffy. And first, we're going to start with Sweever, the Game Cat.
Fist bump to you, sweetheart.
Fist bump to you.
Were you going to do that before I was?
No,
We both had the same thought at the same
you guys
time.
totally. I'm glad.
Nice.
Next up, we also got. I really like this one. Ziffy 2810, the Game Cat. Sounds all futuristic.
It does. 2810. Zippy 2810.
Did you see on Twitter they were like they were saying to make your cyberpunk name? It's like something you don't like,
I didn't
and then
see
something
that.
you like, and you put them together, and that's your cyberpunk name.
So like, so mine would be like Polish Paul Resident Evil.
Yes.
You know what's weird? I don't like.
I love you, Paul.
I don't like blades or runners, so I don't get that. Because blade, you know what I mean.
And then finally,
we've got Reigns, the Game Cat.
it's so emo. I love it. I mean,
I
unless
was thinking more Mortal Kombat, like Rain. Wasn't there a Rain?
there was a
Was
rain.
there a Rain?
Oh yeah, there was. That's sort of like a forgotten era of Mortal Kombat.
Was that Mortal Kombat 4? I loved Mortal Kombat 4. I was like the only person.
We're on like 11 now. Rain
could be.
doesn't show up. Rain doesn't show up anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it is a character because I don't even remember what they look like.
And Reptile survives. If Reptile survives, I mean, anything can
Reptile
survive.
made it.
Yeah. All right,
Fatality.
but what we thank you and again, thank you to everybody who changed their name to GameCat. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing who changes their name to GameCat next week. We definitely want to give everybody a shout out. So remember, hashtag GameCat in the comments. But if you want your comment or your question read on Viewer Takeover, which is what we really do here every week, make sure you put hashtag Viewer Takeover, all one word, in the comments, or join our Discord again in the description below. I got real excited and forgot what I was saying. Click the link in the description below and join our Discord and leave your Viewer Takeover question or comment in the Viewer Takeover channel, because I searched there too. All right, the first question comes to us from Justin, the Game Cat, Turgeson in Hi-Fi. He keeps altering it just little by little.
I like it.
From PSVR Gamescast Live, he says, Dave makes a lot of sense. I'm already tuning out. I love you,
Brian,
Dave.
you know it's true.
David,
You know it's true.
You do 99% of the time.
Well, sometimes, yeah. I wouldn't say 99. That's a pretty high.
It's a
margin
better
that way.
track record than I'm giving myself.
You lost Brian.
Right. Listen, there was an episode recently of Gamescast Live where I was defending Bravo Team.
Yes, that was very strange, Brian.
I know.
Okay.
I
Now
know.
Brian's
Weird
lost
mountain
me.
to-
Right.
A weird hill to die on.
It's very weird hill to die on. So let's get back to the question. Dave makes a lot of sense when he's talking about Baby Hands, of course, the game that got recently revealed. PSVR does not need tacky shit like Octodad, Surgeon Simulator, Goat Simulator, and I Am Bread. It taints the credibility of legitimate PSVR titles. And this isn't, obviously, there's no hashtag Viewer Takeover or whatever. I just was like, wow, what a great talking point. What a cool conversation starter. What do you guys think about, there's a ton of these kind of games, these kind of goofy little, games that you shouldn't really be taking seriously on PlayStation VR. Does that discredit like the medium as a whole, or kind of like lower?
Absolutely not. And honestly, to me, games like that. So what was crazy to me to realize about Baby Hands is that it's hugely popular with VR YouTubers.
Oh,
And
wow.
on the PC version,
Your
they've
favorite.
gotten. No, I'm just saying. Like, here's the thing. Sometimes stupid games can be fun to play in a certain context.
Rage Room.
Rage Room was not fun at all. No, that's not what
I
I'm
actually
talking about.
enjoyed streaming.
That's
it, though. I did.
Did you
I was
really?
the only, I enjoyed streaming Rage Room a lot, and it was the dumbest
I've
game
had a
ever.
great time streaming terrible games, but
Right.
there is something, even if you're not streaming, just some sort of fun to be had being in an environment that's totally stupid, as long as it's priced very low.
Right, because
If Baby
Rage Room was
Hands
what,
is like
$40 or something?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It's bad.
If Baby Hands is $5, I don't give a shit. I'll play that. Bring it on.
I don't think.
Give me those Baby Hands.
So in one way I agree, in one way I don't. I think if there's a bunch of stellar, huge No Man's Sky, Skyrim, Blood and Truth, Resident Evil 7 quality titles, I think these can sneak in here and there, and they sometimes can be, as long as they're done well, they can be a good like introduction to the platform, or a good like kind of build your VR legs something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when there has to be a lot of other stuff going on, I don't think there's really a lot of interest for this at all. And yeah, it's not really something, especially myself, that likes. I like games, so
Right.
Well, yeah, I
Um,
mean, for the closest thing I can think of as a comparison is like the Switch, which has a ton of garbage games on it, like hundreds and hundreds of garbage games.
hmm,
But it's a great platform, and it doesn't devalue the platform just because you can buy those games on there. I
Right.
still love the thing. Like, I think as long as we have something that is really, really solid, it doesn't matter what else is on there. Like, it's not a huge deal. It doesn't devalue the whole thing.
right.
So my response to Justin's comment was, do Octodad and Goat Simulator on PlayStation 4 taint
Oh, I want to play.
taint the
I wanna play
credibility of
Oct-
God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn?
No,
I
but
actually
I want to.
enjoyed Octodad. And
I want to play Octodad VR. That sounds great. Like, if I could just.
That actually, yeah, with move controllers, that when you have big crazy ass tentacles, that might sound fun.
It'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
But so
I'd rather play those than baby hands.
but I guess yeah, no, me too. But it's not really a one to
You
one.
never wanted to have baby hands before, AJ? Sometimes I stay awake at night thinking, man, I wish I had baby hands.
Because it would make everything else look gigantic by comparison.
right?
So, but I think, like, again, it's not a one to one comparison. So I don't want to be like, oh well, if Octodad doesn't discredit God of War on PS4 because obviously
Right.
there's 100 million PlayStation 4s out there, right? It's not a fledgling console. It's not this thing that like really needs all the promotion it can get. When you have a limited number of gamers playing a certain console, and when there's already a bad reputation, like VR hasn't lost a bad stigma universally yet, right?
Yeah.
So we really do. I think we do need a surplus of like serious games. If you want to put that in quotes,
For sure. I agree with you. Like,
but there's room to have fun though. There's room to be goofy and just have
Right.
silly little games.
And this is
I
the thing
remember.
too.
Oh, go ahead.
There could be a small experience goof around kind of game that I would actually enjoy. None of these really. I mean, like I said, Octodad, it was funny, goofy. Goat Simulator, it was fun with a couple friends. But there could be. I don't want to leave out the possibility of there being a really cool, very bite-sized title, like something like almost like Waltz of the Wizard. Like, obviously not like the biggest fan of that game, but I think you do want to have some room. Somebody could find some connection with one of these and really like it. But it just has to
I
be,
agree.
these are just so specific. It's like going to only hit with a couple people.
Yeah.
So for me, I remember when Pirate Flight came out. You guys remember Pirate Flight?
I do. I was the only one supporting that game.
No, I was too, and I got flamed on Reddit because I posted a review of it, and this guy was like, "Look at this bullshit they're releasing on PlayStation VR, and all these paid shills are just telling people it's worthwhile." And I was like, "Listen, dude, it's a little game that one guy made himself, and it's fine. Like, I actually like Pirate Flight better than Waltz of the Wizard. I'm gonna say it.
Right.
I think that's how I feel.
Well, Pirate Flight just had one major problem. It should have been $6 at launch, and what were they charging?
It was 15.
I don't remember.
$15. It was
Yeah.
insane, and so and that's
when I stopped supporting.
I mean,
it's a tough
far
hurdle
as
to get over.
as far as prices go, it's not the most insane thing I've ever heard because the game's not really that bad. But
It's
anyway,
not great either, though.
it's not great. Of course, it's not like a stellar. It's not in the top 20 or whatever. But like, there is some room for games that aren't the perfect game in the world.
Agreed.
They just haven't done it yet. They haven't. There could be one. I'm trying to think of like all of the little tiny ones. They're really.
Listen,
if
I think
do them
Affected the
right-
Manor is perfect for me, right? Because
for you, yes.
for me, no, and I mean, you guys speak to what's perfect for you, but what's perfect for me is Affected the Manor because I think it was maybe $10, right, around that price point, and it let me walk through a haunted house, a good haunted house, twice, two different paths, and I was like, damn, like I had just gone to a haunted house down the street last October, paid like $25 to go through it. It was like
Right.
some insane price to go through the Factory of Terror. It was short. It was not very
Not
good,
scary.
and they allowed you to walk through it again for no extra charge. But I was like, I don't even want to. Like, that's like the quality we're talking about. And so for $10, I got to walk through a haunted house, take two different paths, experience it in two different ways, and go, man, when my friends come over, I'm definitely going to show them this because there's so many
Right.
good jump scares. That, for
Well-
me, is the perfect kind of VR experience.
I gotta say, this is an incredible segue into our second viewer takeover question.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's a perfect segue.
It's perfect.
Take it away.
Perfect. You want to read it, Dave Station?
Absolutely.
You're up, Asian.
Dylan Gladstone asks on the PSVR Gamescast Live, hashtag viewer takeover. Now that it looks like we won't be getting any new horror games this Halloween season, are you going to be replaying any old favorites?
I'd like to take the first part first, Alex.
Dylan.
David.
Dylan. David.
Travis.
Alex.
Marcia.
What's happening?
I was pretending I was on a game show. I was pretending I was on 21. So I think Dylan's jumping the gun. I think with like literally when this thing airs, we will be hours away from State of Play. I think this will be the perfect time for Sony to go, by the way, all these, like some of these games we've been talking about, like for the last couple of years, like there's like that game Haunted. I forget what the actual title of it's called. And then there's Folia Dear Father. And, there's even like Mind Taker, which just disappeared. I know, right?
I've never heard of that.
It looks amazing. And it's supposed to be a PlayStation VR game. I think it's like I don't know. It kind of went silent like a year ago. And so I was like, man, this would be the perfect time to bring all of those back and say, hey, here are release dates throughout the rest of the month for all your scary games. Not to mention here's release dates for like non-scary games throughout the course of the rest of the year. I think we're going to hear a ton of stuff. So I think Dylan's jumping the gun just a little bit. I think there's still definitely some room.
So
I'm a little... So okay, go ahead.
I think we're also going to get. So we know that Contagion VR is at the end of this month. If it's not at the end of this month, it's going to be
very soon after.
Soon
very
after.
Soon.
Yeah. I also think the Arizona Sunshine DLC might drop, and so that'll be a good one to get back into there. We could possibly get Folia Dear Father. I don't think it's going to be at State of Play, but that would be awesome. I would absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, I mean. That's what I was going to say, too. I don't think State of Play is where you talk about Folia Dear Father, if we're being honest. Like, I think that's not high profile enough. I think
he did, but to his point, Brian did mention that last time they showed a quick flash and a quick release date for Falcon Age and Table of Tales. That's when I went...
I think
there's
more...
there's like 6 games like Mini Mech Mayhem, Table of Tales, Falcon Age.
Right.
They just went
These
bam, bam. It was like a sizzle reel with a ton of dates.
Right.
And I was like,
so it could be something like that.
This is going to be a 20-minute show. Like they could definitely give us 3 minutes of PSVR, updates.
I feel like cheap horror games don't have the same sway as Falcon Age or whatever else you're talking about. Like, I think horror is a niche.
Did you say cheap horror games or horror games?
I meant cheap because I'm assuming that these will be cheap. I hope they'll be cheap.
Like price-wise or like budget-wise?
Quality-wise.
Price-wise is what I meant.
Okay.
I didn't mean that negatively.
I was just
I'm
curious.
not saying negatively. No, I'm not saying like, oh, these shitty ass. No, I'm just saying like cost efficient.
I'm assuming that Falcon Age was $20, Table of Tales was $20. Also, Table of Tales is $10 on sale right now in North America.
You should
go buy that.
Why don't you own this game yet, people? Buy it.
Absolutely.
It's the best pirate game on PlayStation VR. It's the one you'll be playing.
That's debatable.
Okay, whatever. Battle Wake's awesome. But Battle Wake is like $30. Buy the $10 Table of Tales game.
That's true. That is very true.
Right.
But yeah, no, but all the games that they announced, like Mini Mech Mayhem and stuff, these are all like, $20 games. And so I think State of Play is really Sony's only outlet to advertise smaller games. Like, they throw a trailer up on the PlayStation YouTube channel. I think this is it. They can do it so quickly and get people like me excited, and it takes them seconds of a 20-minute show.
I don't have the same opinion on that, because when they first did the very initial State of Play, there was a lot of VR stuff in there.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of negative feedback on their YouTube channel, like a ton of pushback.
Last of Us 2 is definitely headlining this one.
Well,
sure.
yeah, but what I'm saying is I think that they, at this point, probably won't put smaller VR games on a pedestal like that. Like, I don't think there's going to be a Folia video. I don't think there's going to be, like, I'm just not expecting that. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's really anyone's guess. So to answer his actual question,
Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
are there any horror games that you guys would like to replay in the spirit of the season?
I would love to replay Horror Sense.
Daruma-san ga
Daruma-san ga koronda.
I still need to play that one.
It's so much fun.
It's
I
so
have
good. I
been
love that game.
It's only on the
Phoenix.
Japanese store or the Hong Kong store. I can't remember.
It's on the Japanese store, yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
So good. Check out
You
my
can
review. It's
totally
on the
play it in
channel.
English. You can totally play it in English. Don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Last year I played Paranormal Activity, which was really awesome. Home Sweet Home, which was really, really awesome. I like that Des picked that kind of on his side top 20 thing too for the horror games. A horror game that I've been dying to play is Dread Halls. I really, really want to revisit Dread Halls because I love that game. I think it's pretty underrated. I think it's a hidden gem.
It's a good game.
I
It's
think
the
it's
only
about
good
as
thing
hidden
on
as-
HeroCade. The only good thing
absolutely.
on HeroCade.
But to me, it justified the entire purchase of HeroCade.
That's
was
what I'm
just
saying.
Dread Halls.
But it's the only.
I didn't buy it. Trust me, I didn't buy it for.
I'm
Van
trying to
Highway
think of
Simulator.
any.
I see you trying to
thumbnails.
figure out what else is good in that compilation. And you know there's nothing else.
The other thing I'm
No, there's nothing else.
It's not.
just like we did last year, I would love to tour the Rec Room Halloween. Rooms
that
we
was
made.
so much
We
fun.
did that last year. It was a blast, man. And
Yeah,
these
dude.
rooms that these guys make in Rec Room are absolutely stunning. Some of them looked amazing. There was like this huge castle, and Dave was a tree monster.
Oh
And-
yeah, you could put
and-
on
and
costumes
make-
and stuff. It was so
there
fun.
there was like they make costumes, they make these amazing sets, they make mini games out of them. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have it open. We're gonna live stream it, and then we're gonna have it like open invite to where anybody can just come and join the game and come hang out. And it was a lot of fun. So those are my two big ones besides any new games that come
Yeah,
out.
that's a really good idea. I kind of forgot about that, but that's so much fun. Like the Rec Room Halloween.
It was your
stuff is
idea.
it's insane. Yeah, well, I forget things, but it's so fun.
Nice. Yeah, I honestly, I haven't had time to go through and play the Persistence again for a very long time. I know that Jeremy's been playing it like an hour a week from now till the end of time. But I think, but yeah, I think I'd like to spend, a solid like 6 or 7 hours and just kind of blast through that and see. I think playing through a second time, knowing what to expect and knowing all the mechanics pretty well, I think I could probably blast through it pretty quickly. Maybe
his
one
last stream was really great. He got the Ivy Serum
Nice.
and
Oh,
Ivy
nice.
Serum, one of the Weepers, and it was just scaring him the entire time because you know how it was so great. He was more scared with the Weeper companion than he was the entire rest of the game he was playing. It was
It's my
wonderful.
friend, but I'm terrified of it.
It does, in his defense, yeah, like my pet zombie
yeah.
or pet monster scared me more than almost anything else, except for the end of
always
Deck
right there. It's like, oh, jeez.
Well, yeah, I know. It just pops out and it's all like, and you're just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
That means I love you.
Yeah. It's got a big heart.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Viewer Takeover. Remember, if you want to submit your question, the hashtag to oh my god, I want to shoot myself in the face. If you want to submit your question, make sure you put hashtag Viewer Takeover in the comments. Also, join our Discord server. Links in the description, and leave your question or comment in the hashtag Viewer Takeover channel. Also, join us at the GameCat Meetup October 19th at Six Flags New England. Also, hit us up on patreon.com/withoutprogames for just $1 or more every single month. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, me. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
We love you all. That's not right. This is Viewer Takeover. We film live every. No, that's not right either. This is
Start
Viewer
over again.
Takeover.
Start over.
This is
Wait.
what?
Scrap it. Stop. Edit.
Are
edit,
we starting?
This is,
well,
I'm gonna use all of this for the
AJ,
outro.
we're going right now. Okay.
Red
Yeah.
leader,
Start.
standing by.